Installing Linux doesn't make you unhackable. In fact, standard installation may leave the front door wide open. Today, I'm showing you exactly how to lock down your Linux desktop and server. Linux actually gives you the tools to be secure, but it doesn't force you to use them. We are going to split this video in two parts. First, the essential desktop settings you need to change immediately. Then, we will switch the gears to the server side for the home labbers. And don't worry about memorizing commands. I will put them in the description box for you. So without taking much of your time, let's get into it. First up is physical security. So if someone steals your laptop and you didn't use locks or full disk encryption during setup, your password means nothing. They can just connect your disk to another PC and see your data. The only way to fix this is during installation. Here I'm using Ubuntu and I will show you how to do that. When you are in the disk setup page, you have to select advanced features and select use LVM and encryption. Okay. Now when I hit next, here it's telling me to create a password for the disk encryption, so let's do this. And next. Other systems may call this locks or something else, but I'm sure you will find it. If you have a PC or any type of server that never leaves your house, you don't have to use this, unless you are afraid if someone steals your house. Next one is automatic updates. I know this can be annoying, but unpatched software is how you get compromised. To fix that on a desktop like GNOME, you have to open up the software, click on the burger menu, and preferences. Here you can select automatic, and automatic update notifications, and exit. Now if I go to updates, as you can see, last time I checked for updates was before 5 days. And I have a pending update for Telegram. So next time these updates will get installed automatically. You might be surprised to hear that, but many distros like Ubuntu comes with a pre-installed firewall, but it is disabled. Even Debian has a pre-installed firewall which is not enabled by default. So let's repair this. Here I'm on Debian, and as you can see it's telling me that the service of the firewall isn't running. I'm gonna use another software firewall, which is simpler and easier to configure. So I will type sudo apt install gufw. And yes, and here it is. GUFW stands for Graphical Uncomplicated Firewall, which really is. So here you can select your profile. I have this one right now, and just activate it. I want to deny incoming connection and allow outgoing. If you want to create specific rules, you can go to rules, hit plus. Let's say I want to allow connection from my server to this Debian VM. So I will call it allow server to port 22. Policy is allow, direction is in, protocol is TCP, and port 22, which is the port for SSH. Click on add and close. And as you can see, now it created two rules. One is for IPv4 and the another one is for IPv6. Now to Ubuntu. As you can see, UFW is already installed, but it is inactive. So let's repair this. Just type sudo UFW enable. Now if I check its status, here it's telling you it is active. But if you want to install the graphical tool, you have to type the following. So just like Debian, sudo apt install gufw. And it's installed and active, because we have activated it before in the terminal. The next one saves you much time. Security is actually not just about hackers, it's about disaster recovery. And that's why I use Deja.Dub backups, because if a ransomware hits your PC, or if your SSD card dies, you need a backup. So let's see how this tool looks like. Here you can configure your backup. You can set the location of your backup to Google Drive, OneDrive, rclone, or any server or local folder. I will go to local folder. It's always recommended to backup your entire home directory, so I will leave it. Scroll down. I don't want to ignore downloads. And backup. You can encrypt your backup by a password if you want, so I will enter a password. And continue. Here you can activate automatic backups if you want this. And backup now. Now let's talk about antivirus. You might think that Linux doesn't need one, because there is no viruses on Linux, but there is actually some, and that's why I use the following tool. It's called ClamTK, which is actually a graphical interface for ClamAV, so let's install it. As you can see, the tool is really simple. The most important thing to do after installing the tool is to check for updates, and I'm talking about signature updates. So go to update, check for updates, and it's done, so let's go back. There is some important settings to change, so let's do this. Scan for PUAs. I don't know what this is, but I will enable it. and scan files beginning with a dot, scan large files, and scan directories recursively. I don't have anything to whitelist, and I don't have any network settings to change. History and quarantine are empty because I just installed the program. Here I can scan a file, a directory, or see the analysis. One thing to notice, ClamAV doesn't do real-time scanning by default. If you want to enable that, check the link in the description box. For these who want general control, you need to take a look at Portmaster. It's an application firewall that visualizes everything, so let's take a look at it. Here I'm on their website, safing.io. I will select my operating system. I'm on Fedora, and download. Now it's downloaded, so I will open it and install. Start the Portmaster service. Here it is, so let's do a quick setup. Let's see what they are offering here. You can block ads, trackers, malware, and really much things. I will leave it so. And next. Here you can change your DNS server. And finish. And this is a dashboard. Under recent activity you can see it already blocked some traffic. I have 25 active connections, 8 active apps. Now let's expand the side panel. Here you can see these are the programs using internet connection. If I want to block anyone like Telegram, let's say, I can click here and block connection. Now let's move to the server. If you are running any Linux VM locally or if you are renting any VPS, you are a big target. First and most importantly is the firewall. So just like Linux desktop, you need to use UFW. So type sudo apt install UFW. It's already installed, so let's see if it's running. Sudo UFW status. As you can see, it is inactive. First you have to create some rules. So I am using SSH and port 443. I will activate this by typing the following: sudo UFW allow 443 and the same for port 22. I have enabled port 443 because I have a website running on this server, and port 22 because I connect to this server using SSH. Now I will enable the firewall. So type the following: sudo UFW enable. Here it's telling you this command may disrupt existing SSH connections. This is okay for me because I already made a rule for port 22. So I will hit yes. Now if I type sudo UFW status, status is active and these ports are allowed. Now to the next one. Just like the Linux desktop, installing automatic updates is important. So let's do this. Just type sudo apt install and you have to install a package called unattended upgrade. And it's installed, so let's see if it is running. Type the following: sudo systemctl status unattended upgrade. This service is inactive, so it is not running, and it is disabled, so it won't start with the system. Let's fix that. Type sudo systemctl start unattended upgrade. Now if I check status, it is active and running, but it is still disabled. So type the following: sudo systemctl enable unattended upgrade. Now if I check its status, it is active and enabled. And finally, meet fail to ban. Here it's telling you it scanned this file for authentication errors. So if someone tried to log in using SSH like 5 or 10 times using a wrong password, they will get blocked for some minutes. So let's install it. Go back to your server, type sudo apt install fail to ban, yes, and it's installed. So let's see if it is running. I think you already know how to do that. Type sudo systemctl status fail to ban. It's active and running, which is good. If you want to change its parameters, you have to edit this file. So type sudo nano etc fail to ban jail.conf. Scroll down and here it is. I will set ban time to 30 minutes and scroll down. I will change max try to 3 and the find time is 90 minutes. So this means if someone entered the wrong password 3 times in the last 90 minutes, he will get banned for 30 minutes. Now type Ctrl O to save and Ctrl X to exit. And that's it. Now you have hardened your server or your Linux desktop. There is still one important step, and it is to monitor your server. This is a big topic, that's why I will make a separate video for it. Now if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment. This is Libre Data, and you are just getting started. See you in the next time.